All right, boys. Well, back for our fourth
ASAP, man.
episode. How we feeling, man?
I'm feeling great.
It's been a
Fourth
good week.
episode, baby. Let's
been a
get
good
it.
week.
Keeping it running,
Yeah,
baby.
time's been flying by.
It really
That's right.
has. It
Feels like we've been
definitely,
doing it.
we've definitely developed. Like we've definitely grown since we've done our first episode.
For
I've
sure.
noticed.
90 subscribers already. It's crazy.
Oh, it's going up, going
Thank you
up.
for
It's
tuning
not
back
bad
in.
at all.
Once
Sure.
again,
Yeah, thanks for all the
Keep
support.
keep running
so
it
far.
up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sure.
sir.
All right, man. Well,
Let's get straight to it.
Let's get straight to it with music, man. We had a
It's
lot
been hot.
of music dropping.
It's
We
been
got
hot.
Trippy, Melly, Party Next Door dropped a little song with Drake. I mean, that was a nice little feel. You got Gunna dropping Cash Cow.
AGB Neil.
You got Smoke Purple Little Skies dropped a little joint for us. You got ABG Neil dropped Cocaine Cowboy.
Elijah kept saying, you gonna
What
get
a
jumped
name.
just like him.
Hey, he bounced right back though with another album
Yeah,
release.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
He's
definitely.
nice. With
He's
that.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Hey, but that Perp Sky song was nice. Dirty Dirty.
Yes, we were listening to that in the.
That kind of came out of
car
nowhere, too.
Yeah, for real.
I sent the comment out, and you did too, Ethan,
I know,
about
yeah, I was like,
on
oh,
his
dang.
Instagram page.
Yeah.
just to
next
get
thing
him
we
to
knew,
drop
it came
it.
out. What'd you think about all the albums, though?
I mean, I've been really listening to that Melly album, that Adam Sandler.
Yeah, you said
Sandler.
something about that earlier. I haven't listened to him yet, but I'm gonna get to him.
It's
bro.
hard, man. It has
It's so much music just like keeps pouring in. It's like it's so hard to keep
I
up with
know.
all of it because
Like,
everybody.
It makes me wonder how they're making the albums because, you know, like, he's obviously put away and in those situations.
Yeah.
And then you had Peep, like, release the album. I wonder if, like, all those songs were fully done, like, before all
Yeah,
those
that's
things
what
I
I'm
thought it was a
saying.
perfect time to
if
release.
they kind of had to do a little
I
bit.
mean,
of
There's so
something.
many people to keep up with, bro.
Yeah.
Really
So
is.
many. So it's like I forgot Melly stuff dropped today.
The
honestly.
223 video
Yeah.
just released a couple weeks ago, so I
Yeah.
think they want to just keep
Exactly.
going. They're like, yo,
Yeah,
new album
so
coming
far,
too.
She loved it,
hey, so
too.
far, I mean, Trippy's
I like
album, I've
Dirty
listened to a little bit
Dirty
of it. I like it. It's not bad at all, man.
Yeah, I love
Normally,
Let It
I've
Be a Four.
critiqued Trippy a little bit just because, like, I think lyrically he sometimes isn't all there. But hey, I mean, he drops some vibes.
He's
in
just
this
got
album.
like he's got a unique sound.
Really,
He's got that.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I thought this
Sure.
one was
Yeah,
good, too,
everybody
because
fuck
Murda
he
Beats
actually had a lot of features
song.
on it.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, you said Murda had a song?
Murda had a song on there, yeah, that he produced.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
did. I listened to that. That wasn't that bad. I think that was
I like the Trippy album a lot.
And Pierre's on there rapping.
Yeah, Pierre's finally getting
Got
some
himself
sort
a
of
verse.
Oh, he hopping on tracks like that now.
Yeah.
Wait, he didn't make the beat this time, did he?
I don't even know.
He
He's
might
just
have
on a
helped
song
out.
with
I
him
don't
and
even know.
Yachty.
I guarantee you he
Him.
helped out.
I'm
I can
sure
see
he
him.
helped
I can see
out,
him
yeah.
constructed it in some type of way if he about to be rapping on it. I can just see because like, he's a producer. That's
Yeah,
probably
I
like
mean,
that's just the producer in him.
That's
I feel
weird,
like.
though, that Melly put that song Adam Sandler out because we've been watching the movies all week.
We watched Grown Ups. We watched That's My Boy. We watched Big Daddy. I
And
mean,
then
we
that comes
dove
out.
deep into the Adam
We've been
Sandler.
going
Big Daddy's that's a classic.
Grown Ups too.
Kangaroos.
Kangaroo song, kangaroo song, kangaroo. Dude, I love that. All right, I love it. But man, Harlow dropped the song. Music video.
That was
River
the
Road.
video,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest with you, man.
I watched it today. It was good.
Yeah, it's actually
really
pretty cool.
good.
I think it's just an old road, like, back from 502 area.
And it shows
Yeah,
him
I
at
like
one
the
point in the
concept of the
Louisville
video.
Slugger field.
yeah,
It shows
I
him out
saw
on
they were
there.
on the field.
It's basically giving you a whole tour of freaking Kentucky,
It
bro.
seems like all of his
I like
music
it.
videos, he brings his whole fucking crew with him.
Oh, yeah,
man.
he's
He
got a
brings his
squad.
whole
He's
band.
got a squad with him.
He's got, like, the city
Definitely.
behind him for
I mean, that's
sure.
what he said on those interviews we were watching of him this week. That he had a ton of local support, like,
Exactly.
and it was mainly
Yeah, it
local
looked
that
like a
got him
city.
going.
It looked like
Dude,
they fuck with
same
him.
what
he
we
said
wanna
it. He
do.
said it was
He
tough
definitely
at
got a big
first,
support
like
system.
Tough
to
at
fight
first
to fight like through the adversity. Like
Oh,
he said
okay.
at first, like especially with him even being white, like he said people just didn't like him straight up right away. But he like fought through it, and then he said basically like people would either like it or they would dislike it, and it really wasn't no in between there. So
First time I
Bro,
listened to
he's
Jack,
just
I liked him though.
phenomenal.
I thought he had good flow, good sound.
for sure,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a cool little sound on him.
First
like
song
him.
I knew was like Dark Knight, but he's back in 502 filming for that video too.
Listening
like,
to him this week,
that video.
I was like, being from there, knowing about him and everything, and like I had more respect for him now. Like he's got stuff that I'm looking back into from like 2016 that like I'm starting to listen to now. I'm like this should be
Exactly, yeah.
popping.
You
Like
said
this.
you didn't watch the video yet?
No, I haven't even gotten a
You gotta
chance to
check
watch
it out. I watched it
Yeah.
before you
It's
started.
cool. It's like the camera's like filtered to where it looks like older style too.
Oh,
so, like,
okay,
Yeah,
so it's
it's
like
like an old
nostalgic.
film. Yeah, it's
Okay.
cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I mean, the Grammy nominations are out, man. Best rap performance starting out. You got J. Cole with Middle Child. You got DaBaby with Suge. Dreamville, Down Bad. Nipsey Hussle, you got Racks in the Middle. And then Clout Offset and Cardi. I mean, that's a set right there.
It's been a good year for music.
I mean,
man.
it's tough
for sure.
to choose
It's been
between
nice.
those, man. I don't even know who I'd vote for because all those songs slap.
Yeah, I was honestly trying to decide, and I think it could really be any one of them. Like,
Everybody keep putting out good projects.
Best
so it's
performance for like the videos. So
Well,
I feel,
yeah,
I feel
no,
like
I think it's
performance wise, like I could see Offset and Cardi B winning that. Like,
I had to go with the baby.
I'm
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Baby
I'm
been
going.
putting out some
That is.
I think I hope the
I'm
Baby
going
wins it,
Dreamville.
honestly,
Maybe,
yeah.
yeah.
Dreamville for
Dreamville?
Down
Okay, I
Bad
see
because
that.
the music video that
Oh,
came
yeah,
with that
is-
was a
that's
nice
hard.
video.
I mean, I'd go
Got the
with
baby in it though. That's why
I mean, I'd go with Suge.
No, he's not in
damn
that
near.
one.
the Dreamville.
The Down Bad.
Not
Oh
the
no,
Down
I'm thinking
Bad.
not the down.
He's on the
Okay,
album,
that's
though.
what.
He's
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
album,
yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
He is. Yeah, he's an under
I was
the
thinking
sun.
of that. I was thinking of that song with him and
Under
J.
the
Cole.
Sun,
Yeah,
Under the Sun.
Trust me.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
get
what I was
into
thinking.
that
That's
with
the
the
first
album.
one.
It's still
That was-
nominated
yeah.
for an album. So we'll talk
Definitely,
about
that's
that.
hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go with Suge, dude. Damn,
I
Yeah,
hope
it's
so.
just-
Just because
it's
you got to
so-
think performance wise, like he was
But-
going
Yeah, he
crazy.
is. He's a performer,
but he's
bro.
even
No
said
doubt.
now, like, he's tired of performing that song
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's
I'll be
just-
burned out from doing it too.
Yeah,
Probably
I
tired of
swear, yeah.
milking it. Like everybody was hopped on and just started because like when the song get big like that, they gonna make you perform it 1,000 times.
Exactly,
That's what's
yeah.
high. It's on the charts though.
Yeah, I mean, it was #1 on the Billboard.
Did it to yourself. No, I'm just playing.
What's he saying in that video?
Well, you gotta
He's
switch
like,
the
"Aren't you
flow.
guys tired
I
of
thought
it?"
y'all never ask.
Yeah,
I mean, best rap song, you got Bad Idea, isn't that YB and Cordae?
Yeah.
Right?
that's Cordae
Yeah.
and Chance, and then Gold Roses is Rick Ross and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
And
go with that
then
Roddy Rich Racks in the middle.
yeah, you got 21 a lots on that, and
Suge's
got
on there
Suge's
Suge's on
again.
that too.
Bad idea, dude. I whenever that came out off Cordae's album, I've been on Cordae. So whenever that album
Yeah, you
released,
need to
that
go
was,
on the
that was the
Cordae.
first one I
Something.
actually listened to, and I was like, yeah, this.
I
is
feel
gonna
like
be
the baby's
nice.
definitely gonna win something though.
Yeah,
This will
he's-
win
Yeah,
something.
for sure. I could see it. He's got to win.
Yeah, he's
that.
gotta
He's got to win
something.
one of those.
Like
two,
I'll be surprised if he
guaranteed.
doesn't.
He's just blown up this year, bro.
He's a
into
superstar,
existence,
bro.
He
He
is.
spoke
Really
into
is.
existence.
He's got that radio voice, man. Right when he comes on, you know him.
He
because
just got
has
that
like,
character,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
It's
that
kind
deep
of tough too,
voice.
because like I don't really even like want to narrow it down, because like I want Roddy to win one bad. I wouldn't
I
mind
know.
if
I want him to
21
win that
I
best
know,
rap
yeah.
song.
I like
Roddy?
all of them.
Yeah, I need him. That Racks in the Middle is hard, bro.
Racks in the
People
Middle
slept-
is tough.
I don't feel
I fuck
like
with
they
that.
didn't sleep on it, but like I feel like enough people didn't hear it.
I feel like too, with the respect to Nipsey, like that'd be cool. If they
Yeah.
won
Oh,
that,
hell
for
yeah,
sure.
that'd
Oh,
be
yeah,
awesome.
Nipsey's in it. Yeah, he'll definitely be in there.
I think
for-
I could see them winning one of those two for sure.
No doubt. I mean, you got best
Yeah.
rap album.
Yeah, who y'all got for that one?
Ooh, I mean, you got to think. You got Revenge of
We
the
got-
Dreamers
That's the
3.
Dreamville
Championships
one.
with Meek.
Championship.
I am. I
Meeks
was.
have another one,
21.
I saw the one. I chose that one. I Am I Was by 21. I
Yeah,
fuck
that
with that one
album's
when it came
hard.
out. I feel like it came out forever.
The
ago,
Igor one though, I feel like Tyler like
They have
shook
a-
everybody on just a whole different, complete. I don't even know,
Yeah.
just the whole completely
Just,
different vibe.
I'm going
Threw
Dreamville
everybody
on
off.
this one too, because if you just watch the documentary of him on YouTube, like this, they had tons
Yeah,
of
the
people coming
documentary's
in
cool, yeah,
and
yeah.
recording. Like just the way that album was constructed and how like they were able to show that. I thought, that's,
And he said it was
you
kinda
got to
cool.
consider that.
I thought that was cool because like J. Cole basically had everybody just coming into the studio, and there were different studios set up around like that one crib. I think it's one of his.
Yeah.
And basically like they just had best of the best people just rolling through in and out, and people were just competing.
They were
to put
competing. They
verses
were
on
like,
songs,
"Hey, you can if you can get into this studio room and make something happen, go do
Yeah,
it." Like,
it was really just like
fighting
on the
against it.
producers and artists to get work done. Like it wasn't like wait
It's
around
like, hey,
and wait for
create
something to
something,
happen.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Create
they
something.
saw
It was
they're
like make
crazy
it
as
happen.
fuck.
Yeah, they
like,
saw someone
straight
else
up.
come up with something. They're like, "Hey, I got to get in here. Like, let me get it."
I just love that. I love that kind of process of competition. It just shows like if you want to be on this damn album, we want to
Exactly.
produce
Yeah.
something good.
So I
And
think
that
you
makes
better
me
make
think that
something
like
good.
J. Cole deserves something for setting all that
That's
up.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's why that has to be
Definitely.
considered.
Now he's
That
looking
has to
out.
be
He's
done.
definitely looking out. That's
Yeah.
cool.
You gotta
though.
weigh all
How they mix him
the
up on
all
the
the
spot.
evidence. Like they got a lot of stuff on their plate this year. Like they really did a good job.
How many features did that album have? It had.
I don't even know.
bunch.
That's
Too
a whole.
many.
That's a whole collection.
One song
now.
would have like 5 at
Yeah,
least.
Are you
for sure.
serious?
And one of the
Costa
guys,
Rica has like
Yeah.
5 people on it itself. I
one of the
think.
guys,
much.
Smino, who is on
Yeah.
Sacrifices, that song. He's on a song I heard on Chance's new album,
Mhm.
and so I was like, yeah, they're just everywhere
For sure.
from that album. So
Yeah, Ski's on one of those songs too. Perp even made it on the album, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's on.
Damn. Okay.
I think him and Perp.
Like
are on
it's
it.
He
cool
is,
to have
yeah,
a
he is.
feature here and there, but it's like when you got like a whole list of like, I feel like that ruins the album.
But
I
in a
fe- I
sense,
felt
in
that
some
too.
sense,
True,
in some
but like
senses,
I
though.
listened
to the
this
creative
one.
sense. Like,
Yeah,
Like listening to this one, I don't know. Like I just felt like I don't even know. Like I just felt like it was a whole different vibe because I watched the documentary like beforehand.
Because I feel
listening
like
to the
good
album,
artists can
so
make like.
I
Not,
feel like that had a way.
I feel like good artists can get together and make a song that's not good too.
That's
In
true.
some sense, because it's like yeah, you got the names. It's like, all right, like
But-
X and Ski, like every song that they made wasn't a hit. It's just like
Exactly,
they're
yeah.
But
friends,
J.
like,
Cole was like running that whole
I
thing.
know. I'm
Exactly.
just saying,
He
like
was
Jay.
what
That's what I'm
I'm
saying. It's in J. Cole's hands, so it's like it's definitely gonna.
They're
be
in
something
there
special
for
out of that
him.
one.
Like
Yeah.
they even had like players like Chris Bosh. He came
Man,
to the
that's
Yeah,
studio.
they had like NBA players.
they had guys come
too.
through.
Like it was
Shit.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
everybody gonna come through and show love for
And
Jay.
The
obviously,
Wells Fargo song.
and
too.
going back to what you said with like a lot of
Just
features
spontaneously
that
made.
can like defeat like the song in general if you have a bunch of features. But at the same time, it's like you said, J. Cole's the main one running this whole
Yeah,
operation,
so
so he's obviously gonna choose lyrics
Yeah.
and like sounds that he
He's
fucks
a- yeah,
with
he's
and that
more of
feels
a
like
lyrical-
goes
he's
with
more
the
of a
song.
lyricist.
And he
So,
popped around
definitely.
too. He listened to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was
sure.
just kind of popping in and out of that.
Well, boys, we're gonna transition to football, and this is a pretty down day for the
even feel
Colts.
like
We dropped another game. We've lost first place in the division. The fact that we lost to a tanking Dolphins really just is a kick in the balls.
That was an easy
Definitely.
3 games right there.
I mean,
honestly.
this season.
It has been painful.
I mean, it's clearly not going the way that we thought it was gonna go.
It's
I
just
mean,
I'm not blaming the office. I'm not blaming coaching. It's literally this was just on the players, bro. Y'all gotta stay healthy and y'all gotta show up to play. And that like last
Exactly,
night
right.
against the Texans, bro, like they just didn't show up to play.
And last night, I don't even know, like watching the game, I didn't feel like either team did anything too bad. I felt like it really was
Yeah,
like a
it's-
pretty
I feel
solid
like
match.
the Colts,
The Colts
and the
played
Texans,
well,
we've always
that's the
been neck and
problem.
neck
They
with
played
the
well,
Texans
too, yeah.
anyways.
I mean, it
No.
just sucks because you got to look at like the receiving position. Like Paris Campbell's out. That's our
Mhm,
second round
exactly.
draft pick. You got
Marlon Mack
Devin
being out.
Funch is out. I mean, that's a guy,
Yeah.
a very reliable receiver
Marlon
we got
Mack
from
broke his hand.
Carolina. I mean, it's.
But our backup running backs are good enough to
oh yeah,
still produce.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
that-
Marlon Mack being gone isn't really. I'm not that worried about that.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
we're a running
Yeah,
team
yeah, yeah.
anyway,
No,
so
I
of course
thought-
we're gonna have 3 good stocked up running backs to come in and support.
I thought they played well. Like they were winning the whole game. Like they were controlling the time of possession that they had the ball. They
Yeah.
were
For sure.
they were executing. I mean, there was just some plays here, like in the second half, like some drop passes.
Like,
just,
I did
but
feel
T.Y.'s
like-
coming back from
Yeah.
he's coming back from injury, so
Yeah.
I mean he's not going to be
It's
100%.
just like we couldn't
Exactly,
get
yeah.
anything.
There were
at all,
some
bro.
plays that didn't go our way that we could have still
and
won
that's
that
what I'm
game.
saying. Like, I feel like we're stocked. I think we're good at the tight end spot. Like, I think, yeah, Ebron dropped some passes here and there that are critical. I get that. But overall, he's a damn good tight end. Jack Doyle's
Exactly.
a damn good tight end. Mo Ali Cox is a damn good tight end. But when you look at the receiver position, like, knowing like the health of our guys on a consistent basis, like we gotta add some depth there, you know.
For sure.
It's
I
like-
do we can spread out. We can get the offense more spread when we got Ebron in, and then like we're more of a running team when we got Jack Doyle in. Because Jack Doyle is a hell of a blocker. He was actually
is.
at the front of the line and when Jacoby scored his touchdown. So
And the thing is whenever we're running the ball, we ran the ball well. Like the Colts ran the ball well. So if like you got to think that's gonna open up the field if they're thinking well, they're running the ball a lot. So the field's gonna open up where you have to
Exactly.
connect on
Yeah.
these
That-
like downfield plays, and they just kind of didn't make those plays last
Exactly.
night.
Like that's why
but
I
moving
say
forward, they need
I'd
to.
say don't count them out still, just because like what you said, like the running game is like. How long is Mac out? Is he out for
He's
the
out.
duration?
He's not out for the season, but he's out some time.
Significant
Okay,
time.
Yeah.
but like even our running game still really isn't that bad. But like how you said, that can kind of open the playing field a little bit to where then the receivers have open field as well. Like
They just have to connect.
Yeah, I think with
execute.
Ty getting back too, that
I
was
feel like
his
we
first
can
game.
really run good out of the
Getting
gun
back.
too.
We can.
Because what's number 21's name?
Naheem Hines.
Yeah, bro. He's
yes.
he's shifty. He's like a cut and go type
Mhm.
of. He's got good vision. So
Ready
that's
to
why I
go to
feel like
The
we
only
can run out of
problem
the
with
gun.
Hines at times is he likes to go east and west. He does have great speed, but the
Yeah.
thing is, unless you got like 4-3 speed, just go north and south, hit your damn hole because he has so much quickness. He's so
We
quick on
ran
the
a
Yeah.
read option last night, bro. I was so in shock when we ran a
Really?
read option
With
with
Jacoby?
Yes,
I'm not.
I ain't mad at it.
Jacoby's somewhat mobile.
Oh yeah, he did kind of get that little.
Because like I was
route
just
there for a
like, this
minute.
coming from the Colts, run. Come on, as conservative of a team as we are,
I
like
know.
I know on the last episode we said it's not panic time, but like
Yeah.
now it's like
Now,
you got to
We
win.
gotta
you
get-
gotta
make some
win
adjustments.
Now,
Yeah,
definitely.
we got to start winning
some games.
Did
some
you,
gameplay
uh,
adjustments
keep the same
at least.
mindset because I think what they're doing is really
Yeah.
it's really worked. Like we've been
We're
in
gonna
the
stay
game.
positive.
The game.
They're doing everything right.
Try
It's
to.
just a matter of executing, man. I mean, I get it, like Deshaun's special and whatnot, but man, you got to find a way to at least contain him. I mean, you're not going to stop.
Exactly.
You're not going to stop
He's
a guy
tough.
like DeAndre Hopkins or Deshaun Watson because they're two special players. But you can at least contain them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I think he's prone to make some kind of rash decisions, like in and out of the pocket too, to Deshaun Watson. So
he's a good.
He's pretty
definitely
quick.
a good
He can
quarterback.
scramble
in
he's
there.
athletic.
He just makes those young quarterback decisions sometimes.
Mhm.
Like,
and
you
that's
got to
what-
capitalize on
And
that.
that's
if you're the
exactly the
Colts.
reason why you shouldn't still count the Colts out because the Houston Texans are very, very,
they're very good.
unpredictable.
Exactly.
Like, you don't know what you're going to get because their defense, they allowed, 175 rushing yards last night? Like, we ran all over them. It's just a matter of us. It's just a matter
we
of
just
us
didn't
winning up.
execute on offense, bro.
It's just a matter of us, like Frank says, going
And finishing the game.
1-0 every week. Fucking go 1-0 every week and just hope to God that Houston flames up like they
Exactly.
normally do. I mean,
For
You
real.
gotta take it. You gotta take it one game at a time.
Yeah, especially in this division. So
well, let's transition over, man. We got Myles Garrett appealed his suspension. Obviously, they upheld his suspension. Marquise Pouncey's suspension gets reduced to 2 games.
I like that.
But I
Makes
overall
sense.
feel that Mason Rudolph should be suspended at least a game for his actions in that brawl. I mean, I don't give a
I
damn
agree.
what was said, but the fact of the matter is that guy instigated the whole damn fight.
Exactly.
Okay.
Even whether or not you do think that like the hand got caught or anything, you still got to look at the video because it does end up looking like he could be ripping it off and instigating it, and you don't know what's said, obviously, regardless.
But don't
So-
deposit a check you can't cash. I mean, you're the
Exactly.
quarterback, bud. Chill out. Myles Garrett's a
I mean,
big
at
dude.
the end of the day,
Take
nobody
that.
else went upside the quarterback's head with a helmet.
Did you see when
Exactly.
65 after like Mason had already gotten hit with the helmet, how that number 65,
The Larry guy.
Okereke or whatever his
Oh.
name is, pushed him and Mason Rudolph's like, bitch! Like he's on the ground like, bitch! But it's just like, dude, he
But
obviously...
I said, like, after watching Mason's, after watching, like, his little press conference, I was like, bro, you seem like the type of dude to instigate
he
a
seems
fucking
like the
fight.
So
douche.
suspend
Exactly.
him.
He
I'm
kinda
suspend
does.
him.
He seemed like the type of nigga to call the police.
He seems like the instigating drunk at the bar that always tries to fight with somebody.
He tried to pull his helmet. I think he did try to pull his helmet off. I don't think it was
think-
anything to
But
do
part
with
of
his
me
hand
I
getting
said
stuck.
I felt like his finger did get caught.
I think it was a little bit of both. I
I
think
feel like
he
it could've
eventually
been,
did
yeah.
get his finger out, but at that point he was just pissed off that they were fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
like,
he got
alright.
pissed because you got to think the 8 seconds left. He was probably pissed off. The dude tackled him in the first place. He's
Yeah,
like, "Get
I'm-
the off me."
Yeah, I mean, at that point, if I'm Mason, yeah, I'd be a little bit pissed off. But I mean, would I try to go up and fight Myles Garrett
Hell
afterwards?
no.
Are you out of your goddamn mind, son? You've lost your mind because I'll help you find it. I mean, get the fuck, Jesus Christ. Well, let's move on, man. We got who do you all got as the favorites to win the MVP? Lots of names to consider, but ultimately,
MVP,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, hey,
Yeah.
we there,
Dang
baby.
it, that's what I was
It's,
saying.
this was a tough.
Okay.
This is a tough one
We
to
there.
debate, bro.
Who you got? Because you don't seem to be a fan of Lamar right
No,
now.
no,
'cause
I mean,
this
I-
nigga
no.
is torching
I
everybody.
wrote some
not-
other names down.
look, I wrote down Russell Wilson, man.
Me
Russell,
Okay,
too, yes, that was
McCaffrey,
my other one.
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey, hey, he made the
McCaffrey,
99
definitely,
club.
definitely.
McCaffrey, yeah, those are literally my 3.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that
I
one.
mean, there's a lot of names to consider, man. But I mean,
But if we talking you could be putting up numbers every week. McCaffrey, he putting up numbers. So
yeah,
as
that's what I'm
as
saying.
a
I feel like it's
quarterback,
hard,
in this
McCaffrey's
league,
tough.
as a quarterback in this league, in this new era of football, like the numbers that Lamar's producing is
It's
Exactly.
insane.
Like,
Insane,
where
bro.
where do you
Yeah.
guys like draw the line? Like MVP, I feel like it's really hard to look at like a running back McCaffrey versus like Russell Wilson or Lamar being a quarterback. Like, what do you guys think's the key aspects to
Because
actually look
it's
at?
a like
I'm more of a
impact
running
in the
back
game.
guy, too.
Yeah, their yards that they're getting, like that's contributing to the team.
And you
More just
also-
overall
You also have to
yards
look
in
at how
general.
important the quarterback position is in football. Like they
Right.
run the fucking
They
show,
run the
dude.
field,
That's
bro.
why they're gonna get the
Exactly. That's why I
obviously
think
more
they would get the award. Like,
recognition. I mean, they're
I feel like if anything, it would be more of a
Hey,
quarterback.
Aaron
type
Rodgers
of
has been
award.
playing
Aaron
at an
Rodgers.
MVP level.
That's
This
another
dude
name I wrote
is
down.
definitely
This motherfucker,
Aaron
the double
Rodgers.
check motherfucker, has been playing his ass off.
Discount
bro,
double check.
I mean,
Discount
this
double
dude is absolutely slinging the son of a bitch. You got Jimmy,
kinda
old
remind me
ass
of-
Jimmy Graham's been putting up some numbers. I mean, damn.
'Cause he can
does
put the
kinda
ball
not
anywhere
remind
he
you of,
wants.
Brett Favre in some sense, just like
Oh,
the old
of course.
laid back player.
I
He's
can,
gonna be like
and
that
I can
old-
damn near see
he's
Aaron
gonna be the
Rodgers
old
doing
laid-back
some
player.
fucking Wrangler
Some
commercials.
Gene commercials in the.
I can see fucking Aaron Rodgers with I got the double check and the fucking Wranglers and throwing it in the mud.
Wearing the cheese head.
He's just so laid back, bro.
He is.
He's super chill. But like he
can put the ball anywhere he wants. Anywhere he needs it, it's gonna
That's
be
why
there.
people like they be talking about Mahomes' sidearm. I'm like, who is the OG at doing it though? If you really think about it, Aaron Rodgers started
can
doing
make
that
plays
shit out
on
of
his
nowhere.
feet. He can.
He's
Like,
like
he still
he's
moves
nice.
too.
he's
Like, how
agile
old is
too.
he?
Like
He can make. Yeah, he makes smart.
he still got the
decisions.
old
He's
school
good.
helmet with the one
Oh
strap.
hell yeah, dude! That makes him look tough as
Some
a
mustache.
He's
And
an
then he'll
OG.
have like he'll have some goofy mustache going.
I love his
purpose, I
interviews.
feel like.
You
Have
still
ever
gotta
seen-
love that one interview.
him and that
Oh,
cow
my
when they were talking, like this one reporter was like talking about like I guess they were doing some throwing competition, and she was asking him what he was doing tonight. He goes, "Oh, I'm probably gonna sit back and watch the movies. You can join me if you'd like." And
Bro,
this
Aaron's a
spot-ass
clown.
reporter's like, "Dude, you dirty dog, you dirty dog." Well, boys, here's another question. This is a little random one, but it's a little debatable. Who is the GOAT on offense? And then you can shift to defense. Like,
Ooh.
what players do you got?
I don't know defensively
Definitely.
really, but offensively, I wrote down Brady or Montana. You got to go with the OG QBs. I said Montana has been 4 for 4. Brady, how many appearances has he made?
Oh, something like 9.
Yeah,
8, 9,
and he's got
something.
6 rings.
I would write him down, but I'm a Colts fan. But I'm gonna go with
I
Steve.
know, yeah. I feel bad
go with
doing it.
Steve Young.
Steve Young?
Steve Young. He's my favorite. He's
Pesky
my top.
Mormon? BYU Cougar?
Yep.
BYU, hey.
I love that quarterback, bro. Number 8 the great. But yeah, I liked him playing for.
Fucking BYU beat USC. Those pesky
Brett, I would say Brady.
But
Definitely.
he's my favorite all-time quarterback. But
What about
for
defense?
for defense, I'm going with Ray Lewis.
I fuck with
Ooh, I
that.
like that.
I gotta
Ray
respect
Lewis.
that.
I like
for
that.
sure.
He's such a leader.
I can
on and off
respect
the field.
that. I mean, Lawrence Taylor on defense,
He would be
though,
my
he
other
was
one.
like revolutionary when it came to the linebacking positions and the
Definitely.
edge rushing position. I mean, have you ever seen that play where he broke Joe Theismann's leg?
Starts off the movie The Blind Side.
Yeah, I was about to say your favorite player is Michael Orr, isn't it, Ethan?
Michael Orr, oh yeah, gotta love it.
Michael Orr.
I mean, offensively,
He's a dog,
obviously, like I said, you got to
Good
go with
story.
Lawrence Taylor. On defense, obviously, you
Yeah.
go with Lawrence. I'm going to go with Lawrence Taylor. And then
Okay.
offensively, man, as much as I despise this man, but Tom Brady ultimately gets it, man.
Okay.
I mean, he does, but I could make the argument for Peyton Manning, too, because I think
That's
if you
what I'm
flip
saying.
those two,
I feel like
because you got to
Peyton-
think, Brady had a lot more to work with in New England. A steady coach, you're going to get a damn good defense out there with you. You know you're going to get the playmakers around you. He's a system quarterback.
For
but
sure.
I think Peyton, I just think Peyton can work in any type of offense. Like, I think if you switch Brady and Peyton, I damn near think Peyton wins 8 Super Bowls.
And
That's just a
you
bold
think
prediction
like
of mine.
Brady maybe wouldn't flourish as much,
Yes,
having to
because
switch
you
over
have
to a
consider
different
Peyton
offense.
Manning, I mean, yeah, he worked with a damn good offense, but some years on defense, they were fucking unpredictable. You never knew what you were
Peyton
doing.
Manning's attention to detail and just the way he did his job as the leader, like we said, of a
I
quarterback.
definitely say Peyton can read a defense better than Brady.
There's a story
He
that
can diagnose a defense
yeah,
way
Did you
better.
see what
way
Pat
better.
McAfee said whenever he was on the team and he was talking to one of the receivers? It was Austin Collie and he had dropped a pass, and so when he tried to go back in, Peyton was like,
Oh yeah.
"Get him out."
That's
Get him out
right.
because
Nah.
he's trying to catch it one-handed.
Yeah.
He's like, if you ever try doing that shit again,
I
when
think I've
I'm
heard
on the
this
field,
story before.
you will
Yeah.
not play a down for the Indianapolis Colts.
That's
Shit, he
funny.
ran the show here, so
Hey,
He
on a
did,
side
that's-
note though, did you guys see McAfee dive into the water at College Game Day?
Hell.
He's an OG.
He said, "Last
a-
time I did this, I allegedly got put in a jail cell. Let's go!"
Hey, yeah,
Shout out to
that's the
Pat
content
McAfee,
I
he's
like
a
to
fraud.
see right there.
That is. That's
Definitely.
the-
Shout
that's
out
the type-
Pat
I love
McAfee
that, yeah.
always.
That is the type of wholesome shit I like to see, Pat.
Yeah.
Shout out to you and your boys.
Shout out the
For
Pat
the
McAfee
brand.
show.
Hell
Oh, no
yeah.
doubt, right out
Hell
of
yeah.
Indy. Come be on, Pat.
Oh,
Come
we
be on.
Oh yeah,
love
straight in
that.
Indy too. He does it out of Indy, like
Yeah.
Pat McAfee show.
I'm glad he fucked with the nap.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you for not going back to Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. You're a national
Appreciate it.
treasure.
He
Well,
really is.
moving on to basketball. Luka Doncic has been averaging a 30-point triple-double
That
over
boy
the
hot.
last 10 damn games.
And that
That boy hot.
that recent one he had with the Warriors, he went 35, 10, and 11. I guess that was the quickest triple double. It was the quickest 30-point one that was recorded.
I told y'all him and
Insane.
Porzingis gonna start to click. Just give him a little bit of time.
How do you see them finishing the season though?
You gotta throw them
they're
in the
definitely
Western
playoff
Conference race now.
contenders.
Yeah,
I'm saying that. Yeah, they're
definitely playoff
contenders.
they're up there. They're
They are
fifth
contenders.
right now.
I said just give them a little bit of time and they go.
I had them
They can work
finishing
their
like
way around.
like a 4th through a 6th seed.
That
I
definitely-
think
that makes
that's
sense.
a good little range.
I can see them finishing through there because I still don't see them catching or fully competing with like the Clippers or even the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying.
On a full scale.
Everybody like with Melo coming back and everyone's talking about how he's washed. He'll never play. You've been hearing that, but
I think Portland could make a surprise.
I think Luka reminds me of like Melo back in his prime, like when he
in
could
Denver?
score
Yeah,
and run it up.
I actually
think
wrote down
I like that comparison.
they remind me of
we
each
were
other.
talking. Was it us talking the other day? Either someone or something I heard said he reminded him of like Larry Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought because you got to think like Luka kind of moves real slow, but more of a
smooth.
fluid motion. Like that's how
He is
Larry was.
smooth.
He was
Okay.
always a real
So
slow
you're
guy,
talking about
but he'd
like
get
his,
it done.
just his overall style
Okay.
of play,
Yeah,
like his movements within the offense
yeah,
and
like,
shit like that.
even like Dirk, like
But
you know how Dirk's like a slow
I can
guy.
definitely see that
like-
because Larry Bird could dribble around and pick spot up shoot on anybody.
can.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
he just had a clip, bro.
and it's just
Larry
like
was
you're just like, how is he doing this? He's not even like moving
Yeah,
this
bro, he's
quick
just
on me. He's
smooth.
just hitting it.
He like, oh, I'm about to shoot it.
And you still
Going
got
in. It's just
Porzingis on the
fluid
team,
motion,
like
yeah.
you said.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, so
the
they
Mavs are
definitely
going to
got
be.
Yeah, I think they're
competing.
building chemistry for
I think
sure.
Seth Curry's going to take a bigger step too. I think he's going
yeah.
to have to take a bigger role within that offense, and I think he's flourished so far.
And they
I
said
think
Rick
he can,
Carlisle
yeah.
stepped up and said he's like really starting to trust Luka and just his decision making, everything. So once you have like good cohesion between the coach, the player, it's starting to look good for him.
I
honestly.
think all right. So
They'll be
obviously Luka, I feel like he's taken that next step, but you have to make sure it's consistent because you and Porzingis are all you got basically. I mean, yeah, you got some good role players on that squad, but y'all are got to step up game
It's gonna
in
have to be
and
more
game
of
out.
a systematic basketball. What
Exactly.
is our game plan? Because you
And-
don't have as many players to be like, all right, you can ISO up and go do your thing. You can get. I know LA has like 5. Their starting 5 can all go out and get 20 if they want.
Oh,
For
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
And this is only Luka's second or third
Second
season?
year.
Second year. Like, yeah, that's pretty insane, I feel like.
But yeah, he's
definitely-
definitely he's making a name for himself.
He
I'm
is,
saying he
for
has-
sure.
hasn't,
He's
but
arrived
Yeah.
this season.
I think. I mean,
He's
if
at
he-
that superstar potential now.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
for
like
sure.
he's starting to surpass his
He's
old
starting.
peak.
He's starting to get to that fucking Dirk level, man. That's how Dirk
That's
was when
really-
he first came in the league.
He hit
Dirk-
that game winner. Was it that game winner? Me and Elijah were chilling, and he showed me, and I was like, dude, that was a Dirk move straight up right there. Had the high arc and everything.
Everybody.
Oh, are you talking about against the Trailblazers?
Yeah, he literally
That was
faded
dope
right in
from
there.
the like a corner 3. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. That was smooth. That was definitely smooth. Boys, another little random topic I threw in here. Which era of basketball would you want to play in if you got to choose? And what I mean eras, I mean decades, like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, 90s.
I put the 90s just because more like we were talking about the last episode, more tenacity. It seemed like they just really were moving around more, and I don't know. I felt like the
You'd get bullied.
90s. I would get bullied. In the
I'm gonna be
90s.
honest with you. I think
would.
we'd all get bullied in that style.
Hey,
I
bro,
feel like though
that
if
was
I was
grown
in the
man
NBA, like the 90s would just be lit. I feel like
Indianapolis, the Pacers
Especially-
were lit back in the 90s. I'd love to play with Rick Smits. You got Mark Jackson.
That's what I'm saying.
Reggie Miller. You got all these cats on your squad. Dale Davis,
the
Antonio
late
Davis.
90s squads leading into the early 2000s were nice.
That was just a damn squad.
I said I'll go with the early 2000s. I want to play White Chocolate.
Oh,
Kevin Garnett.
yeah.
The boys.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
I'm gonna go with
that.
this one, just the current. I'm gonna go current.
Okay.
Why do you say
Why
the
though?
current?
Why do you say that?
They were so confused.
Because it's-
I really wouldn't have thought that you would
because
say
it's so
that. No.
I was shook.
it's as advanced as it's ever been
Okay.
as far as the sport as basketball. It is
Carried
so
on
far.
to
You feel like it's at its
so
peak?
far, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just been an evolution. Like it's at an
Definitely.
all-time high, and as far as talent and skill
I feel you.
goes, like
Mhm.
how
Play
can
with
you
the
not
best of the
enjoy it
best.
at the best, at its purest form? And I think that's now.
I feel that.
I feel that. I
think
mean,
it's-
I'd go with. It's a toss up between the 80s and the 90s. Like I'd want to go with 90s
That's
because
what I
it
was
was the
between.
golden era of basketball when it came to big men. Like big men now, they're not as like implemented into
Yeah.
like NBA offenses because it's such a shooters league.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I would have loved to have seen MJ's like development. Like that's when MJ really took over. Like his career just took literally flight. it took fucking flight. This man took off.
Definitely. And I think the 90s would be cool too, just based off music as well. Like.
Exactly. Like that would have been amazing. Like the two three-peats in that decade, like that would have been insane to like just go through and watch, you know?
Hot.
But also with the 80s, I think I'd love to play in the 80s because I'd love to see that Larry Bird and Magic Johnson rivalry.
Yeah.
That the Boston Celtics and the Lakers.
In the 80s, wouldn't you love to see the rookie like Dominic Wilkins and Jordan?
Jordan, yes, that's what I'm saying. That would have been awesome to see
shit.
Jordan back in when did he get drafted? 82,
I think
83?
so.
Yeah, in the early stages.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
That'd be dope as hell.
That'd be real cool to watch.
I still say this era.
Well,
the best.
I mean, it's
really
definitely
not. It's really surprising, though, honestly.
How?
Wilkins and Jordan back then.
That's what I'm saying. That'd have been insane to actually witness, bro.
I still think one of the best dunk contests though was that Levine Aaron Gordon one.
Oh
like,
my god!
I know they're using obstacles and stuff nowadays. Like it's different than it was then.
That
but,
was just like some other. Gordon should have won.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon should have won.
That one
If we being honest.
But
Gordon should.
I don't know.
But I don't see how
this
you.
man jumping the free throw line is fine.
He's seen the show, so I'm
in
about to
between the
go.
legs though.
I'm
I'm
switch.
Aaron Gordon had the most athletic ones, but Levine, like, I don't see how you jump from the fucking free throw line in between the legs.
That's blasphemous.
That won it right there, honestly.
That shit was unhuman.
Yeah, that dunk contest was definitely special. I fucked with the dunk contest, obviously, like the early 2000s with Vince Carter. Jason Richardson shut the whole town down with the
Play to the point.
But also like with even with the 90s, like how I said with the tenacity, like nowadays you got players like sitting out like we were talking about. Like how do you guys even feel about the load management?
Dude, I mean,
like D-Rose said, if they would have had it back then, he'd still be in Chicago.
Really?
I swear, I believe him.
So I want to know if the training staffs back then were just like, if that had anything to do with it, like, okay, yes, we think they should go, versus now, like, their minds are
But then
thinking
you got to
different.
look at the medical side of it. The trainers are evolving too, so they're looking more in depth of what these players' bodies and how they progress over the time period throughout the season. So it's like,
and they
It still goes through a
they
thought
classify
process.
injury
It's a whole thought
more
process.
like it takes a smaller injury for them to tell a player or something like, hey, I don't know if you should play tonight. Like back in the day, I feel like it was maybe like maybe you twist your ankle or something. They're like, if you want to tape it up, get back out there. Like
Because
let's go.
I think people see it too.
The time periods are obviously different between the
People
medical
see it too
stuff
much
and
as
the-
entertainment, though. Like, I do feel like that there's times where guys are actually hurt, and people just want to be entertained by having them on the
And
court.
exactly.
So you have to
Yeah,
understand that they're players, too. They're not
Exactly.
and that's the thing I was
Fantasy
going
and
to
all
touch
that.
on.
Still that
That I feel like if you're going to rest a night, the training staff as well as the team just needs to be honest and be like, yeah, he's just resting tonight. That's all it is. He's not hurt. He's just resting. Because you saw the Clippers got fined because they basically lied and said he was resting when in fact, like saying Kawhi was resting when in fact he had a right knee contusion. Like, just be honest with it. Don't try to paint this picture that he's just
shady,
resting.
though.
No, bro, he's hurt. Like Kawhi is
Exactly.
still like, you got to think he didn't have an off season. Really, he got done in what, June? I mean, shit, the dude probably had 2 weeks. Probably went out to vacay, drank some fucking margaritas, and then came on back. And now
It's
you
a long
expect-
season. Like,
That's what I'm
guys
saying.
do have to sit out because they're playing so many games
Exactly.
like, continually.
But like even if it is the case and they're just sitting out, maybe sometimes like you gotta think. I feel bad for people who are going to games. Like you said, Bron hasn't played when you went to some Pacer games.
Plenty
like,
of time.
I
Everyone
know
from
that
the net
sucks.
knows if they've tried to go to any of those games, LeBron has sat out plenty of times coming in.
I feel like
LeBron,
that's
I'm
just
sitting out against the Pacers too.
I mean, during those seasons, the Pacers were actually
they
competing
irrelevant.
though.
Yeah, our best player was what?
That's
Troy
a
Murphy
pickup.
and Danny Granger.
I
I mean,
swear.
that ain't
That's
good
a
to
pickup
show
game.
in.
He sat out.
LeBron.
He sat out in a playoff game, didn't he?
No,
In Indy?
dude. Why would you sit out a playoff game? Like that's just the ultimate disrespect.
I'm
damn
not even
near.
sure
I
if he
don't know.
did.
I'm pretty sure
Ooh,
he did.
LeBron sitting out a playoff game.
He said that
It wasn't
LeBron's-
like it was against the Pacers, was it not?
I'm not
I don't
sure
know
if there
if
was a
LeBron
playoff
ain't missing.
game.
If it's playoffs,
Look it
LeBron
up.
not
Look it
missing.
up. I bet
nothing.
you'll see it.
Now I know there's been a lot of like regular season ones where people have gone because I know a lot of people
LeBron not
fans
missing a
from
playoff
here.
game, bro. I'm telling you that right now.
I don't think. I mean, I went.
LeBron will sit out the whole regular season and still dress for playoffs.
Dude, I'm telling you though, the hate for LeBron
In his whole
Indiana-
career, I don't know.
Beat the Heat.
Look it up.
The hate for
No, he's
LeBron in
definitely-
Indiana is absolutely insane though, because I remember I went to it was a Heat Pacer playoff game with my cousins, and my cousins are all like LeBron's fans because they're from Ohio. And my cousin Hunter was rocking this LeBron jersey, and as we were leaving, this like little kid was just talking steady shit to him, and the dude's 6'6", 250. It's like, am I really gonna have to rock a fucking 13-year-old in the middle of this concourse? Like, obviously he didn't, but it's just like, damn, dude. Like, just because he's rocking a Bron jersey, you're gonna just talk shit to him? Really? Like, this man's 6'6", 250. He's a whole ass tight end. You really want a fucking right hook to the temple? But I wouldn't.
Why was he doing that?
Because he was rocking a Bron jersey. That was it. He was a Cleveland. It was when LeBron was on the Heat, and he was rocking a Cleveland jersey because he's been a LeBron fan ever since he got drafted. So it was just crazy because, I mean, and you got to think LeBron went to high school in Ohio. So they were real big.
That is
LeBron
annoying.
fans.
Like hearing shit talk is just, oh, you got on a Cleveland
I swear,
jersey. Like,
yeah.
like grow up, shut up. Like, look at your shoes.
But even with Kawhi on the load management, or all that knee, like the knee issue, him and PG finally got to play together, so that was kind of nice watching them together.
I think that
No doubt.
they both smooth players.
They smooth.
It's
They're
for the
smooth,
first time playing together.
but-
They still beat an 11-3 Celtics team that was 6th in the little conference in
They
efficiency,
both got
league
that
in
ability.
efficiency.
They both have that ability to take over a game
Hey,
too.
and
So.
you
It's gonna be scary.
But do you
It
remember how
is.
you used the excuse, like when I brought up the loss to the Pelicans, you said, well, obviously Kawhi was out and PG was in, but you also have to remember the Celtics are without Gordon Hayward too. So once they add that
Again.
element into the mix, like,
I'm still taking a gelled Clippers team over the Celtics with Gordon Hayward back.
okay.
Come like
I mean,
come
I
like
just think a
April,
lot of.
I'm still gonna take
I mean,
it.
obviously,
I don't mind you that though, because like you got Lou Will, P Bev, Montrez on the bench.
They have a pretty
they're a
complete
squad.
They have
They're
a
squad
complete
this year.
bench, and I'm telling you, Kawhi and PG, they both have the ability to take over a game. Like if Kawhi ain't showing up one night, say if he's
You'll see.
And PG
PG
still
go
putting
out there
on
and
like
torch it.
in that
I'm
first
telling
game,
you.
Kawhi still had 17, PG had 25. Like
Yeah, so
Exactly.
I just think
I
that
think it'll be cool.
people, I mean, obviously people have a reason to sleep on the East. I mean, the East obviously isn't near as talented as the West, but I definitely think people need to start putting a little bit more respect on Boston's team. I mean, I get it. Like,
For
it was
sure.
the Clippers' first game, but that is a complete team. Like, the Celtics
Yeah.
don't have the roster compared, as good of a roster
Exactly.
compared to
And
the Clippers,
Tatum's still
obviously.
growing. He's growing into that leader role there because Kyrie obviously left. so-
Once he left,
had 30
once he
the other
left, him
night.
and
and then
Jalen
Hayward
Brown
was out, so
they're back to playing
he's-
well
He's
again.
been learning how to just
hey,
become
Tatum
that
broke
player.
off PG right at the end there to tie it the
Yeah,
other
their
night.
feet got
like,
tangled up.
All right, well I mean,
Well, you can think what you want to think, but I think his
it's
ankles
like he
got
did the nay
snatched,
nay a
but
little bit.
I was
on that
like,
one.
It doesn't.
Hey,
At the end of the
who
day,
got the dub?
Exactly.
Who got
that's
the
what
dub?
I was
Hey,
about
I'm
to
not
think.
ultimately
At the
they
end of the
did.
That's all
day-
that matters.
He caught him lacking.
He did.
Hey,
He
but
caught
like
on.
Celtics, hey, you got Brad Stevens coaching you up.
Hey,
Like,
Naptown
that's a
legend. I'm
Naptown
telling you,
repping.
man.
Definitely.
I definitely think that speaks on Brad Stevens' coaching, that they
For
were
sure.
even like competing in that game. Like like I just said, they don't have the roster as good of a roster compared
Well,
to the Clippers.
even-
they were doing well. They were holding their own. They were tough. I
Even
mean,
back like when they had Isaiah still, like they were playing, they were flourishing like with just all right role players. Kind of they had Crowder still, and people were wondering like how they were doing so well, and people were giving Brad Stevens more credit then because he really had credibility that year because they didn't really have a squad like that.
No. I mean, shit. You got to think the year that they were without Gordon and without Kyrie, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, took LeBron to 7 games. That's impressive
That
as
is
hell,
impressive.
man.
Tonight, though, you got the
Almost had
Clippers
it.
going against the Rockets. That's your team holding. So it's gonna
That's gonna be interesting.
that's gonna show a lot of things moving.
I'm just
If the
gonna
Rockets are
instigate it.
serious, I think
I
we'll
mean,
see tonight.
Yeah, we'll definitely see tonight,
They're-
man.
they're
I
for
definitely
real.
think that Westbrook's doing a better job going throughout the season of taking that backseat role, but he's still chucking up a lot of shots.
Exactly.
Which, in reality, look, here's the thing. It's Harden's team. Those shots, those extra shots that you fucking put up from three need to be going to Harden because Harden can actually shoot the fucking three. bud.
Speaking
And
of
that's
Harden,
why,
he's
like-
still scoring 38.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like,
38.
ultimately from the duos, I feel like the Clippers have really, with the PG Kawhi ones, done the best. I feel like because even in that game the other night, with them finally playing together for the first time, Lou Will still had 27. Like
I would say
that's
LA has
insane.
a
P. Bev at
definite-
14.
LA has a way better shot selection.
Their
than,
depth allows like
Houston anyways.
things like that to happen. You got Kawhi and Paul George. I said this like before
You
this
did,
even happened.
yeah.
I said once
You
you,
really
have them
have.
both on the court at the same time, it's gonna open up things for other guys to score too. And on top of you're gonna have to worry about who you're gonna leave open, you're gonna cover. I mean,
I'm telling you, they have a
They're
better
tough.
shot selection in Houston. Like Houston, if you chuck up a 3, your chances of getting a rebound and getting it back so you can get it again is.
Capella's
Slimmer
a,
Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna have to contain Capella.
Capella's
Yeah,
a damn good
Capella is
rebounder.
nice.
True.
I mean, but
He's
they
like-
also have Montrez and Zubac, so that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who are their backups for big men?
for who?
Clippers.
You got Montrezl Harrell, Zubac, and then I don't really
I'm trying
know.
to think who else on top of that. I can't really
You got
think of.
Harkless. He
Harkless
plays
is-
like the 4.
Harkless was really. It was funny though because when you pointed it out, he really did kind of start struggling the other night.
Dude, and that OKC Portland series just last year, that was some bullshit. That man was bodying everybody throughout that entire series, and they were not calling
They
shit.
were he had some flagrants for
Man,
sure.
they
I'm not
were.
gonna-
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
know,
argue.
man.
But you like the '90s tenacity.
I
You
feel like I
like
ain't even
that.
seen. I feel like I
I
haven't
mean,
seen.
yeah,
a
I
like
do
that
like
in
the
a player.
tenacity.
I feel like I haven't seen a flagrant call this year in basketball.
You haven't seen a flagrant?
I've seen
Not
a
this
few.
year.
I've seen a couple.
I've seen a few.
I feel like
I
I haven't seen
can't-
any.
Because they say this is like guys are buddies on the court now more so than they're.
That's
fighting.
what I hate.
That's
Like
what I'm
honestly,
saying.
like
and you really want to play in this era, bud?
when it
Come
comes
on, dude.
when it comes
Yeah.
game
Oh, but
time,
you weren't about the
swear.
tenacity.
What do you mean I wasn't about the tenacity? I
You
said
said-
the 90s and the 80s.
I
That's
know,
all
but then
tenacity.
I know. Then you said you don't like them calling fouls for Westbrook.
What do you mean?
Fouls and being buddy on the court is different.
Yeah,
So,
that's. I mean, dude. I mean, if a motherfucker bodies Westbrook, yeah, I'm gonna say foul. Okay, if
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's a
saying-
foul, if they
I was
don't
saying
call-
because you like the tenacity. That's tenacity, isn't it?
what?
Them playing hard.
But yeah, if I
I'm
get
not-
fouled, I'm calling a
Yeah,
foul.
exactly
Like,
what I'm
the-
saying. Like,
That's a part of the game.
okay. Well,
You both completely just missed what I was trying to say. He
No.
made it, Trey, you made it worse. Honestly, Ethan knew earlier what we
all
were
right, he's
saying.
basically saying it's kind of a counter reaction, basically saying that you like the tenacity from the '90s, and then you say that about Westbrook. But I get what you're
say
saying.
what? Like, what I say about Westbrook? That's what I'm not.
This league is way softer than it would
Yes,
used to
that's,
be.
that's
what
my
I'm saying.
point. That's why
yes,
I said
that's
I'd
what
much
I'm
rather play in the
saying.
80s and 90s. Like,
That's off point from what this argument was.
Well, you didn't make that clear.
yeah,
sir.
you didn't
Sorry.
make it clear at all. Well, boys, let's just transition to random thoughts here. What is your favorite? If you had to choose a favorite destination around the world, and it could be anywhere.
I've had the same one since like 6th grade.
What?
Santorini, Greece.
You'd want to go to Greece?
Dude, it's an island. Well, I grew up
Greece
like
is beautiful.
in
I mean,
elementary.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying of all the places you could have chosen,
In-
you chose Greece.
In elementary, I read
Where
all.
the fuck do you want to go, Holden? Let's hear
I,
this.
I read all the Percy Jackson books.
It's a
and I-
favorite.
Where does he?
It's a
I fucking
favorite
like
destination.
the
Wanna
Greek
go. It's a
mythology.
favorite
I wanted to go to
Yeah,
destination.
let's see where Holden wants to
Yeah,
go.
where the fuck you
Your
want to
favorite-
go?
He
Your
asked the
favorite one
question, he
sucks.
said, where do you want to go?
Santorini's
Listen,
an island,
Bro.
off it's off a mountain. What do you mean? It's
Man,
awesome.
Holden said, he said,
Are
he
you
asked
kidding
the
me?
question,
You gotta
where do you
go
wanna
with.
What the fuck's
Dude,
yours?
I gotta go with Denmark. Shout out to all my people in Denmark.
Denmark.
My family
Denmark.
have
You want to
had
go
a
to
few-
Denmark?
Dude,
Denmark?
Denmark is dope as fuck. They got Legoland.
Where is
up in that
Denmark
bitch, dude.
even
Yeah,
at?
where's Denmark?
What do you mean? It's
I
right
thought
next
that
to
was.
Germany. It's in Europe. It's
thought that
dope
was
as shit.
fake.
I mean, I know it's in
You
Europe.
thought
but-
Denmark
Your
was fake?
favorite
I'm joking,
destination
Holden.
around the world? That's where you're
Out of
gonna
all
go?
the places, and you choose
Dude,
Denmark?
because I had a great experience when I was 3, man.
You know,
I had a
I'm not
very
gonna lie.
Fond experience.
I'm not
feels
gonna lie.
like Ethan.
I would never go to Denmark.
Fuck you, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Where did you go, Elijah?
Probably Fiji.
Fiji. Yeah, you're that stereotypical.
I'm trying to go
white
to.
bitch.
I'm trying to go to
Yeah.
tropical somewhere. Somewhere it's warm.
I already knew Elijah was picking
Or
the
like
beach.
Bora
I
Bora
knew he was
Beach
picking
or
the
somewhere
beach.
like that.
Hey,
of course.
Santorini got beaches too. I mean, I'm not hating on that.
Where you going?
Shit, honestly, I really want to check out Australia, bro.
Sydney would be dope.
I want to check out Australia.
I wanna
I want to
see-
go scuba diving
I
with
want
all
to
the
see
sharks,
all the wildlife
bro.
that they have.
Man, I
there,
wanna
from
see what's in that-
insects to
Yeah, that's what
everything.
I'm
Like that
saying.
shit looks
I
cool.
want to see what's in them swamps, crocky. See
Crocky.
some crocs. I want to get into Steve Irwin territory, bro. That'd be dope. Well,
But
Hey,
yeah,
but,
Australia seems tight.
What's your favorite? Switching topics. What's your favorite
Yeah.
movie series?
you got to answer first.
All right.
I think me and you had probably.
I don't know if I
similar-
have like a favorite, but it's definitely between these two. Star Wars is first. That's just set in itself. Like Star Wars is legendary. If you haven't grown up watching Star Wars, yeah, I don't know. You haven't grown up the right way. But
Yeah.
then you got Indiana Jones, one of the most slept on ones. Me and Holden have agreed on that forever, bro. Like,
Yes.
Indiana Jones was cool.
Indiana Jones is crazy, bro.
Indiana Jones actually makes you think, man. Like, it has a great dialogue. It has a great plot.
And the newest one has like Shia LaBeouf in it.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, but they're
Crystal
coming out with a
Skull.
new one in like 2021. But I used to watch
Real?
all those with my grandpa. Me and my grandpa would sit down in my their basement out in Wabash, and we.
Harrison Ford's getting a little old too. I don't know
Yeah,
how
Harrison
much longer
Ford.
they're
He
gonna be
might
making
be
it.
hanging in a coffin here in the next 5 years. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
This
whoa.
man's getting a little old.
Didn't mean to take it. Take
Well, I'm
it there.
I'm just saying he's old. I don't want him to die. I'm just saying the dude is probably shitting dust by now.
All right.
You're a fraud.
What do you got?
He said bro might be hanging in the coffin.
Favorite movie series? Shoot, The Avengers is up there.
Okay.
I ain't mad at it.
The Avengers?
Iron Man.
You a big superhero guy?
Yeah, that's
Iron Man low-key is
their
kind of slept
series.
on too. like,
Transformers.
a little bit more.
Transformers. That's gotta be.
Growing up,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so you're a big
Transformers
like
slap.
sci-fi type of dude, I'm guessing.
I mean, like superhero
Definitely.
movies are dope.
Or well, yeah.
Sci-fi.
So is
it's
Indiana
cool.
Jones your favorite
I
one?
love
then?
sci-fi.
Like 100%.
Yeah, dude. Indiana
Sci-fi
Jones is
shit.
live as shit. What's your favorite Indiana Jones movie, like from the
Temple of
series?
Doom, the second
Temple of
one.
Doom. I fuck with
100%.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
What was the
Ooh.
Diamond Skull?
Crystal
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 Skull.
Skull? That's
King
my
of the Crystal
favorite one. I
Skull,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, but
That's
that,
the fourth one.
Have you ever seen the ending of that movie where like the aliens are like
Yeah,
circling
that's
around?
crazy.
and take
It's
over the
trippy.
bitch's
It gets
mind?
trippy.
That was,
Oh,
I was
dude.
like, bro, what? I
That's
was
some-
not expecting it to see to that level. I was
I
like,
know.
I wasn't expecting this at all.
That's some
when I was
extra-
It's cool. There's a
terrestrial.
good plot, and it carries you throughout the whole entire movie.
That's
Like,
what
there's
all
not a
of them-
down part really the whole movie.
I mean, the only negative to those movies is the length kind of sucks.
Yeah,
like,
some
it's
of them
2.5
drag.
hours, but dude, it's well
It's well
worth
put
it.
together. I love how they were jumping from car to car, shooting
Hell
each other.
yeah, it's
From the
crazy,
Jeeps.
brother.
That was funny. I was
through
like,
the forest, like through the woods too. It's crazy.
I mean, shit, that was during the Cold
It was
War.
well
Bitches
filmed.
were getting down in the Cold War, man.
Well
You gotta
filmed.
think a lot of red, whole lot of red
Whole
was
lot of
going
red.
around.
The drinking contest too. Remember the first one?
Oh,
They're having
hell
a drinking
yeah.
contest. The girls just putting them down.
The fat bastard fell back after he took his
The
like
fat-
fifth shot. That
I
was
say
funny
my
as hell.
favorite movie series got to be the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
Oh, okay.
That shit hot.
Yeah, that's cool.
There.
Bro, I love your animations, bro. Bro, he's a clown.
That's your all's daily dap up in
Oh
front of my face.
God.
Right in my face.
Hell yeah.
Bro, but there's some other like slept on ones too. Like
Harry
I even
Potter.
wrote down Lord of the Rings. Like you were hating on me, but okay. Lord of the Rings is lit. Like,
Man, that's
I watched them.
I just
watched
said I
the Lord
didn't
of the
watch
Rings
it. I
movie.
wasn't
It was.
hating.
It wasn't bad. It was just like, I mean, I can't really get into that stuff. But
this
it wasn't
one,
bad.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah,
Of the
Good-
Caribbean.
Good movies.
Of the Caribbean.
Yeah, you
Relax.
alright over there,
Relax.
bud?
Hugh
Bro, I knew
Hefner.
it was coming. As soon as he said it, I was like, "Holy, about to blow up."
Hold it. It takes like me
Caribbean.
to say half a second of something and Holden's laugh.
All right, what's your all's daily inspiration to give to everybody before we head out?
You know, I just
I'm gonna head
said
out.
I said what I kind of went through this week. I was just kind of listening in a lot more this week, so I just said learn to listen a little bit more because if you take some more time to just kind of listen around at things, you're gonna observe a lot more. You're gonna kind of take in a lot more than you really think that you will. A lot of times you get caught up trying to say maybe what you want to say and don't try to think about what other people are saying as much. So sitting back and taking a thought is just something that's kind of different for a change.
That's cool.
I agree on that. Definitely listening is definitely like you. That's how you take in information. You take in knowledge. Like you gain
Exactly,
yourself
yeah.
if you take time
Especially
to listen
if you're more
before
of
you
an
talk.
observatory person. Like me, I'm more observatory than like actually speaking out loud first. But like yeah, listening is always key.
Hell yeah,
Listening is definitely always key.
for sure. And like Lil Wayne says, G's move in silence like lasagna.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
work in the
I
silence,
need to
man.
put that in the history.
Shout
Work,
out
work
Silence.
hard in silence and prove all
Shout out
your
Weezy.
doubters wrong.
Weezy.
In the end, and that's when you can be loud and the big tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
for
Stay
sure.
humble during the process, and when you do make it, you can roar like a goddamn lion. I mean,
That's what I'm getting that tattooed on me. I'm getting that on my ribs. That whole little speech right there.
Exactly.
No, I'm just playing.
Well,
I
boys.
said I got for my inspiration, I got always keep it 892 with you and yourself, with you and yourself and others.
What? Wait, explain that again.
892.
Explain that real quick. Yeah.
Explain that. Go ahead.
892. Do
Keep
the
it
math.
100.
Keep it one. Thank you,
Keep it
Elijah.
100. God.
Keep it 100.
Oh,
bro.
8, 9. Okay,
Keep
I
it
didn't,
8
I
and
wasn't putting
92.
it through my head the right way.
Oh, that's a good little.
I like that.
That was
That's
sneaky.
I like
that was nice.
My inspiration for the week is just
Amen.
to bounce back. If no matter what comes at you, no matter what adversity hits you, just stay down, keep going. I mean, just let it bounce off you. Make sure to keep yourself looking ahead rather than behind, more so than anything.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Well, boys.
ASAP from the net.
That wraps it up.
Wraps it
Episode
up.
4.
Hell yeah,
Episode
man.
4.
Episode 4. Man, we got a
done.
lot of big time guests coming on the pod. Just letting y'all know. We got some big time guests, so you guys will definitely want to stay tuned in. We'll keep you guys coming with some good, great content. And also comment anything you want us to talk about in the random thoughts section. Really any section. Just comment what do you want us to talk about, man. We're all about pleasing our fans, so definitely. So let's tune out. We'll see y'all next episode. Bye.
Ciao.